studies. In 2018, another thing happened, very tragic. I lost my father with his companions. He was, in 2018, he was a candidate for MPA from Balochistan Awami Party, and a suicide bomber went into his public gathering, and then he exploded himself, and he lost around 200 people. And that is the time that I had to choose between my profession, my dream, or like I had to carry on my father's legacy. Then I decided that coming back is the best for me and my family and my people as well. Because अगर सिर्फ फुटबॉल खेलता तो शायद मैं खुश हो जाता, लेकिन अभी सियासत में आकर किसी पोजीशन पे फुटबॉल की भी खिदमत कर सकते हैं, लोगों की भी खिदमत कर सकते हैं, और जो वालिद का लेगेसी था उसको भी आगे बढ़ा सकते हैं.
Assalamu alaikum and welcome to the Pakistan Observer podcast. मेरा नाम अब्दुल्ला मलिक है और मेरे साथ आज मौजूद हैं Jamal Raisani. Jamal, thank you so much for being here. Welcome to the podcast.
Pleasure is all mine.
Jamal, how's life?
Alhamdulillah, it's going well. Trying to do my best in every stage possible. And of course there are some weaknesses and some strengths, and trying to overcome the threats and trying to expose and use the opportunities as much as possible.
Jamal, as we're approaching close to 8 decades of independence,
Yes.
what does Pakistan mean for you? How do you see Pakistan?
Pakistan is, basically, as you may know, that I'm half Thai and half Pakistani. My father is from Pakistan and my mother is from Thailand. And my mother, who's from Thailand, she taught me about Pakistan. कि पाकिस्तान वो धरती है जिसमें हमारे आबा अजदाद ने कुर्बानियाँ दी, our youngsters, our teachers, everyone. And एक ऐसा मिट्टी है जिसकी खुशबू जो है दुनिया में कहीं भी आप जाएं आपको नहीं मिलेगा. तो पाकिस्तान is a unique and a very resourceful land, and the diversity, the culture, the rich, things that we are having here, it's unbelievable, and we must protect that.
What's your favorite thing about the country?
The people. For me, I would say the people.
Yeah.
Because when the people are here with you, and sometimes you might have the feeling that if you go travel around the world, people make you feel like others, right? The other feeling. But in Pakistan, even the foreigners, they feel at home. So that's where the people's role comes in. And I believe that the people are amazing. We do have some challenges. Of course, every nation has challenges, but the people are the best for me.
And if there was कोई ऐसी एक चीज़ that you would really like to fix about the country, what would you say?
There are so many things that needs to be fixed.
It's something that really bothers you.
I think that would be the political system. I believe कि जब हम सियासत करते हैं, हर बंदे का एक विजन होता है और हर बंदे का जो है एक मिशन होता है, एक एम होता है. लेकिन हमारे यहाँ पे when someone steps into politics, they have some maleficent aims or their self-interest. लेकिन अगर मेरे हाथ में कुछ ऐसा होता तो मैं लोगों को ये ज़रूर बताता या इसको फिक्स करता कि हम सियासत जो है खिदमत के लिए करें तो बेहतर है. Because we have to give, politics is for the people, and you have to give incentive to the people,
Right.
not to yourself. So you have to give welfare to the people.
Right.
Yeah.
Let's talk about the Jamal Raisani journey. Where does it start? कहाँ पे पैदा हुए Jamal? How's the childhood like?
I was born in Quetta on 28th November 1998. Very happy to be born in Quetta, which is very close to my heart. Then I started going to school in the city school Quetta, and then again I was, of course, childhood memories are some of the unique things that should be the main factors that make you the person you are today. So my father had a very close role to me. My mother, I was very close with my siblings. Then in 2011, even though being very close to my family, I lost my brother to the so-called the separatist elements operating in Balochistan. Then I had to move from Pakistan to Thailand for studying. And this was one of the most important things in my life, to lose somebody which is very close to me. And that had changed my life forever, I would say forever. And I believe that, of course, when you lose something, you can't recover from it 100%. But then again, there are some certain factors that played a huge role in my life. For example, football. I went to Thailand. I studied in Thailand. And I did my high school basically from Thailand because I had to move.
Right.
So I went to Chiang Rai International School. And I went for a trial in the local club. And luckily, I would say I got selected. And the under 12s, under 13s, and then coming up the ranks to the B team, and then eventually made it to the professional football team. The reason I'm talking about football is that football taught me a lot of things. It made me the strong character who I am. It made me very resilient, and I believe very tolerant, because if you look towards the football and politics, basically there are similar things. The
Interesting.
people who are, I had a coach, he used to say that the people who are in the field are more lesser talented than the people who are sitting outside. So because the people who are sitting outside in the studies, in 2018, another thing happened, very tragic. I lost my father with his companions. He was, in 2018, he was a candidate for MPA from Balochistan Awami Party, and a suicide bomber went into his public gathering, and then he exploded himself, and we lost around 200 people. And that is the time that I had to choose between my profession, my dream, or like I had to carry on my father's legacy. Then I decided that coming back is the best for me and my family and my people as well. Because अगर सिर्फ फुटबॉल खेलता तो शायद मैं खुश हो जाता.
बिल्कुल.
लेकिन अभी सियासत में आकर किसी पोजीशन पे फुटबॉल की भी खिदमत कर सकते हैं, लोगों की भी खिदमत कर सकते हैं, और जो वालिद का लेगेसी था उसको भी आगे बढ़ा सकते हैं. So these are very
when you were younger,
memories.
like जब आप बड़े हो रहे थे, what was something you wanted to do? Was politics, was being a politician something you always wanted to be, or was footballer what you wanted to be? क्या थी dreams of young Jamal?
I would always pick being a footballer, because I still remember those memories. Because I used to watch Spanish football, और जो हमारा पाकिस्तानी टाइम है और यूरोप की टाइम में बड़ा difference है. तो I used to stay up till 3 a.m., 4 a.m. even with my father to watch these matches. Then it was a passion, it was dream to become a footballer. Lekin then you have to choose a path. You have to choose whether is it feasible or not. But still, I'm very glad that football played a huge role in my life, and I can help people like me who have dreams to become a footballer while being on the stage.
So Jamal, when you did decide to enter the politics, आपने वो बहुत मुश्किल फैसला किया. Did you have any doubts? Did you doubt yourself? Did people around you kind of like put those doubts in you? Okay, you're too young for it, or maybe you're too not experienced, and it's a game of the oldies.
The nerves. And yes, of course, there were so many people who used to call out कि ये तो बच्चा है, इसे सियासत का जो वो फाउंडेशन वो भी नहीं पता. लेकिन लकीली और आई वुड से कि जो लाइफ ने जो कसर थी वो सियासत ही थी. My family has been in politics for a while, and I believe that when you are born, you can't differentiate yourself from politics. Either you are with it or without it, but you will always be connected to politics. Whatever happens in your country, even in your community, it's all politics. But then again, my background, so many people said that this guy is not, what are his credibility, his achievements. I am a graduate in international development. So I've studied grassroots development very closely. And then I chose the track of peace and conflict studies. The reason behind it was the place where I belong, Balochistan. It has, it used to be, and it is still a war zone, if you would say. We are having so many external actors operating there. And in order to differentiate between conflict and violence and how it transforms, you have to go and study this very carefully. So I believe that I'm very lucky to understand the difference between conflict and violence. And that is, I would say, that many of our politicians, they lack. Many people told me that you can't survive in Pakistani politics. The reason being is it's very toxic. I agree, it's very toxic. Sometimes you become depressed because of the actions, because of what is happening. And you know that you can do better, but then you can't, have the best performance of your life during that tenure.
Right.
But I have a very good trick, and I would also recommend you that. Have you ever talked to yourself?
Yeah.
Mirror, right? It helps a lot.
Yeah.
Self-talk helps a lot. Then again, football plays a vital role. Whenever I had to a match, 20,000 people watching in the ground, I used to self-talk to myself with the mirror. You can do it. You can do it.
Like
you're the best.
Pep talk
you're
for
the
yourself.
pep talk for yourself. It's the same thing in politics. I used to, in front of mirror, I used to give speeches to myself. And for hours and hours practicing, and because of course my Urdu was not that good. It's still not the best, but still I think I'm improving. So I believe there are so many haters, but when you come to a certain stage, those haters will become your admirers.
Right. And Jamal, jab you won the election, kya feeling thi? What did you feel then?
It was a life-changing moment.
Yeah.
The reason I said that when I entered politics, I wanted to serve my people. And in order to serve your people, you have to become something or someone in this country, especially in Pakistan. So it was, my result came around 9th of February. It was like 1 a.m., 2 a.m., something like that. 8th guzar gaya tha election ka din.
Yeah.
I was the first, when I had my result, I went to my mom. I hugged her. She cried. Walid Saab ka jo mission hai, wo aage. The second call I made was my chairman, Bilawal. I called him and I congratulated him. कि चेयरमैन साहब आपका सबसे जो यंग जाला है उसका सबसे पहले रिजल्ट आया और हम जीत गए. तो and then I said that I want to see you as the Prime Minister of Pakistan at that time. So it was a very emotional, it was mixed, and I wished कि ये जो लम्हे थे, काश मेरे वालिद मेरे साथ होते, काश मेरे भाई मेरे साथ होते, तो it would have been the cherry on top. Yeah.
And Jamal, ever since winning, what are some of the bigger challenges that you're facing? Kya hai wo masail that you are constantly facing? I mean, I understand कि एक तो age को लेके it's a recurrent thing कि लोग people perhaps take that as a point of advantage. But what are some of the other things that you have been facing?
Apart from age, I would believe, because in politics there are two actors, the legislators and the public. The public part, I would come first, is that the public do not understand what a legislature's role is. हमारे यहाँ लोग कहते हैं we need to do development, right? But that is not our main role, to make roads, to give electricity. We already have institutions for that. Our main role is to do legislation. And where the legislation should come from whom, should be the people. And until and unless the people do not understand their rights and what they want the legislators to do, make rules for them, these things will always keep happening. And from the legislators' side, the politicians, age is the most thing that people see as a handicap. But Alhamdulillah, I've never had my age as my handicap, and always used reason, rationale, to debate and have positive criticism towards anything that the government does, even my party does.
Right.
Apart from that, I believe that we have a system that बुजुर्गों का ज़्यादा सुना जाता है, ख़ास तौर पर भाई सीनियर सियासतदान है, सुन ले उसको.
बिल्कुल.
जब हम जाते हैं किसी के पास, कहते हैं ठीक है सर हो जाएगा, लेकिन जब वो बुजुर्ग जाते हैं तो उनका टाइम उनका फौरी हो जाता है. तो दीज आर सम थिंग्स दैट आई वुड से दैट ब्यूरोक्रेसी की तरफ से हमें ऑब्स्टिकल्स आते हैं.
Right. And have there been moments when you've been like in a meeting जहाँ पे बहुत सारे बुजुर्ग, as you're saying, होते हैं, and you feel like should I even be here? Like
every time. Whenever there are meetings, because I'm the youngest in the parliament, and I do have certain friends who are like 30, 35, which are, I would say, the same age group as me. But then we also have people who are like 60, 70, 50. And when we have these party meetings and the standing committee meetings, I just look at myself and what am I doing here? Even when my friends, they call me, let's go for a coffee. And then I send them a picture of the meeting and they're like, bhai tum kya kar rahe ho, kis duniya mein ho? There's so many times. And when I see the debates in these meetings, I would rather be at the coffee shop.
Right.
These meetings.
Right.
It's so unproductive.
It's
just me वाला सियासत जो होता है ना, वो मैं समझता हूँ कि वो बंदे को बोर भी करता है, और जो नौजवान होते हैं वो बड़े इस चीज़ के कायल भी नहीं होते कि तारीफ़ी को जो तारीफ़ के पुल हैं वो बांध दें. So I'm not into these things.
And Jamal, how have your days changed though before winning the election, before stepping into siyasat? तब से अब how are the days looking different?
The days have been changing.
क्या है? What is a normal day in your life today look like?
Normal day in my life, I would say कि अभी I don't have so much time for myself. I would just break it down for you. I wake up very early. I'm a early bird, around 8. Wake up, breakfast around 9, and then go to my office. And then people come. I don't take appointments. It's like walk in. You can just come, discuss, and then that keeps on going till 3 p.m. And then I have a 1 hour lunch break till 4. And then I do some reading. I like books. And then after that, 30-40 minutes, I do the reading, and then I go to the gym. I think it's very important for me, at least 2 hours for myself a day. And I think to be very stable, because every person comes with their problems and, their aggression, their frustration, they take it out on you. So you need some things to the gym to take your frustration out, or I go play football. And then at night, I take appointments. Like some politician wants to come. If not, then I have my friends. And then I call it off around 2 a.m. So that's what my day looks like. And I usually receive around 100 plus calls every day from my constituents, bureaucrats. Ki ye ji, ye kaam hai mera, ye. So it's busy. And it's sometimes gives you a good headache. I suppose it becomes very tiring. It's very tiring, exactly. But then you need to relax. And football is the way I relax myself.
Football is the way. Have you been to like a big football game? Not as a player, but like to watch? Because I know you've played some big games yourself.
I went to Barcelona versus Real Madrid. It was in Spain, El Clásico. I think it's the biggest football match in the club sides. It was amazing to see your real life idols in front of you and your inspirations, your motivations to play. And I think it's very important to watch. It's once in a lifetime, moment.
Right. And what about Pakistan? क्या हालात हैं football के in the country?
पाकिस्तान के हालात बड़े नाजुक हैं football के हवाले से. Football is the most played game in Pakistan.
Really?
Yes. But it's the least promoted one. Because football is the game of the poor. You just need a ball and a passion to play. And around 90% of the population, they play football. Unfortunately, nobody invests in football. Even the football federation goes doormat sometimes, which is very unfortunate. The government, it always ignores sports. And I believe sports is a very important thing, even when it comes to international diplomacy. It can break the ice that even talks can break. And it's very unfortunate that we don't have a proper league in football, the domestic league. And whenever we call for the national team camp, we have those players who've been not playing quite oftenly. And we go compete with the countries that have been playing all year around. So you can see the difference. And then we lose. And when we lose, you know, the public, they become aggressive, they become frustrated. But there are so many loopholes in the football system.
Right. Let's talk about Balochistan. Kya hai in the last 1.5 years that you've seen the bigger problems of the province, especially in your constituency? What are some of the problems over there, and you know why is it such a problematic province?
Balochistan has always been a problematic province because it has problems that are historical, that are structural, and that are also cultural. For example, there's violence, which is direct violence, and we can see it. But then there are types of violence that we can't see. They are embedded in the structure, in the fabric of the society. For example, it is very normal for a child to not to go to school, right? Because he does not get the access to the education. It is very normal for people not to get access to the healthcare facilities. Very unfortunate. And these things are complementary to the direct violence. And I believe that there are political situations as well, because rest of Pakistan and Balochistan's politics is very different. We have two schools of thoughts. The first one is that struggle within the society, within the system, and the other one is against the state, independence for Balochistan. So there are these, which is the more violent, the second one is the more violent one. And I believe that the people also play a huge role. When you don't know your rights, when you don't know the actual role of the government, then you can't get your rights. You can't fight for your rights. And then again, we have external actors that are operating in Balochistan who exploit these people who don't know about their rights. Recruit them in the anti-state elements, recruit them in band outfits, do violence. But I believe that it has to be untangled slowly. You can't just give a one-time solution to the problems of Balochistan. They've been there for a while, for decades, and they cannot be solved in just 5 years. It will take time, but the question is, do we have the will? The question is, when do we start? Yeah.
And what about the youth of Balochistan? I mean, I'm sure that they're also aspiring for different things. They're also wanting to grow and excel. How do they see their future?
Yeah, the youth of Balochistan is very positive, even though they have struggled a lot when it comes to the basic, rights, human rights, unalienable rights. The state should provide them. For example, platform, resources, and so on. But they've been so positive. And I'm very lucky that whenever I have these gatherings, around 70 to 80% are the youngsters who believe that I can do something for them. And I hope I don't, let that go in vain.
And are these just young men, or are there women?
Women as well. Women as well. And I'm very lucky, and I believe that this is the changing points, that both men and women, they come for their rights. They ask you, they question you. And the youth is positive in this, that they want to change. They're resilient, of course. Being in a war zone, seeing things that are happening in the other provinces, and then comparing it to your own province, seeing the other kids going to Oxford while you don't have the basic education facilities, which is very sad. So I believe they want to change. They want to stay in the system. They want to change the system. And this is the very, very important for Pakistan as well and the Balochistan as well. And they're very energetic. And I'm very lucky that I launched and drafted the first youth policy of Balochistan.
Amazing.
Yeah, which is a very good milestone for me and achievement for me, because after the 18th Amendment, the youth subject was devolved into the provincial subject, and nobody has ever worked on that. Because if you don't have a policy, you don't have an action plan.
Right.
But right now, we are trying our best to implement it, because even though you have a policy and you don't implement it, it's just a piece of paper. Yeah.
What about corruption? It seems like, corruption is a big, big problem in Pakistan, but then it seems like it's a even bigger problem in Balochistan. Is it true that it's a bigger problem in Balochistan? B, how are you maintaining your own integrity in that system?
Yeah, it's a huge problem all around the country. But in Balochistan, because in corruption you have three levels: the grey, the white, and the black. I would say Balochistan is going into black. Even though we are trying, the current government is trying to have a check and balance mechanism for these corruption. But then again, it's an umbrella term, because you have corruption, and then if you have corruption, you don't have meritocracy, and you don't have that, you will have no basic facilities, jobs will be sold, you will not have good doctors, not good teachers. So I believe everything here is linked. And when it comes to me, I believe that I will be very blunt. I like to be very transparent towards my people. Whenever government gives me funds, I give it to the people directly. I call all the stakeholders, because I don't need any money. I'm not into politics for money. If I had to choose between money, I would just play football, which I was being paid for, and I loved the game as well. So in order to let the people know, you have to keep a transparent relationship, connectivity between you and the people. I do, whenever some fund comes to me, I do presses. I give the people, information, because they have the right for information. They should know that the money is here for them and where should be. So these are the things that not many politicians do, especially in Balochistan. And the very unfortunate thing is that the public, they don't ask them. The public are like, okay,
lack of accountability.
Lack of accountability. So that is the thing, that the public does not know their right.
But Jamal, this this passion to serve the country and to serve the Baloch people and the Pakistani people, kahan se aa raha hai ye passion? Why are you so passionate when you could live a very comfortable life not doing any of this?
I would be traveling around the world right now if I was not here with you. I would be in Rome, Italy, or just playing football in Europe or Thailand. But then again, my father's tragic incident plays a huge role. My mother, she plays a huge role with this passion to ignite this flame. She was the one actually who motivated me to come back, even though I was willing to come back, because I knew I had a responsibility on my shoulders. But then sometimes you are very hesitant, because when you've seen nothing except blood, when you've gained nothing except blood, then you become a little hesitant that, is it feasible? Is it safe to go back? Should I go back? What if I go back, I fail? What if I go back and, I can't do anything, improve anything? So these were the questions. But my mother, she's been motivating me. I believe she's more Pakistani than anyone, even though she's from Thailand, sacrificing her husband, her young son, and then choosing to bring her only son back to Pakistan, where, anything can happen in politics, anything can happen with life, the quality of life, the standard of life. I believe that she plays a huge role, and thanks to her that I have this passion. And sometimes I become demotivated, but then again, one call to her fixes and gives me motivation. I believe she plays a huge role. And my sister as well. She's older than me. She's around 30, 33. And I call her every day, and then we talk about this. We talk about what if my father was alive? What would he do? There would be situations that we would operate in gray, and then to make decisions, we would just have family calls. And I believe these two ladies, they have been a very important part of my life and this passion to serve the people.
So you said your mom is from Thailand,
Yeah.
and your dad is from Balochistan, of
Yes.
course. How does that happen? How does a man from Balochistan?
It's a very interesting story, and somebody told me after the story that you should write a book about it, right? So my grandfather was a federal minister in the cabinet of Shahid Zulfikar Ali Bhutto. He was the food and agriculture minister at that time. So he went to Thailand for a delegation, with the delegation. And when he came back to Pakistan, because my father was the youngest son, so he wrote him a letter, okay, Siraj, you should visit. You're young, you should visit Thailand. The people are very beautiful. The country is very beautiful. Hospitality is very nice. So you should. Being the youngster my father was, so the second day he booked the flights, went to Thailand. He went to Chiang Rai, and Chiang Rai is the northern side of Thailand. And he was traveling from Chiang Rai to Nan. Nan is also a mountainous place. And the roads are very steep and slippery. So it was raining as well. So he rented a jeep at that time with a tour guide. And then on the way to Nan, the city Nan, he met an accident and he became unconscious. And when he became conscious, he knew that the tour guide, he took his passport, the money he had, and he flew away. So the person who was with his, buffaloes in the field, rice fields, he came to help him and took him to the hospital, sold his buffalo to pay for his treatment. So my father then, he asked that, I want to help, but I need some money to go back to my embassy in Bangkok and make my passport and get some money from my country so that I can pay you back. So then again, they gave him money. He went to Bangkok, made his passport, got some money from there, came back, paid the person who helped him. And then he saw a girl. At that time, my mother was 19 and my father was 25 almost. And then he fell in love with that girl. And then he bluntly asked that, I want to marry your daughter. And that's it. That's the story. Very, very romantic, and I think
destiny.
It would be destiny. Yeah.
Destiny.
Love at first sight. Yeah.
Love at first sight and destiny. I mean, God has His way of connecting people.
Yeah.
That's an amazing story. And because she's not from here, and then she lost her son, and then eventually she lost her husband. Was there a part of her that became a little resentful toward the country? Did she have any apprehensions when you were coming here? How does she deal with all of that?
If I say that she was okay with everything, I would be lying. Of course, she suffered a lot. When my brother passed away, she was hospitalized for many months and she became very weak. Trauma and shock and anxiety. And my father passed away. Of course, she had this tragic shock. But she never, asked us to back off from Pakistan. The reason being is they've been married for 40 years, almost 40 years now. And she speaks the Birawi language as well. She speaks Urdu, English. She cooks good food for us. She connects a lot with the people. Even though, because we have a tribal system in Balochistan, so the ladies in our tribe, they come to the ladies and she addresses their issues. Of course, as a mother, she's always, worried whenever I go out that something happens to me. Right now she's in Thailand. She calls me every day, watching the news. This is happening, that is happening. Take care of yourself. So I believe that as a mother, she will always be worried. But as who she is right now, she will always be a strong woman. Yeah.
And you're the youngest, right? So
I'm the youngest of the
so
siblings.
the baby of the family.
Baby of the family.
Baby of the family. And when your father passed away, I mean, run me through the sort of bond that you shared with him before he did pass away. Were you guys very close? Was it a close relationship?
I was the closest. Even though my siblings are very jealous of me because I was the closest to my father, because I was the youngest. And jo kehte hain ladla, I was the ladla of the family. And then things became very close when my brother passed away in 2011, because I was the only son at that time, and like to lose a son, it's very hard. So he kept me very close. I used to sleep next to him every night. We used to watch football matches. We used to go to the gym together, talk about politics, debates. And I think he was a very principled man. He used to be very strict when it came to his principles, but then he used to be very friendly when it came to being a father-son relationship. So I've learned a lot of things from him, and I'm lucky to have him as my father. He was a very great man, great politician as well, and he never and where I am right now is because of him. He made people that are still standing with me, that are still following me. He gained the support of the people. He made friends that are still looking after me. He made various, people who still care for me. So I believe it's all because of him. And to lose him, it was very hard for us at that time. And this will be the biggest loss of our lives.
Of course.
Yeah.
But I'm sure that he's super proud of, the youngest member of the National Assembly ever in the country. That's a big achievement.
It's an achievement and a challenge as well.
It's a challenge as well. Yeah. With that challenge, there's also the additional challenge these days of social media and trying to stay relevant and online all the time, because it's like, everyone's online, and I've seen that you're pretty active on social media as well. Do you think that's important to do?
Social media plays important role currently in the society, and it should be used as a tool, because when we talk about Balochistan, it's always been used as social media has been used as a tool to exploit the people. And what we lack, the state, the government, the politicians, we lack the ability to use social media in a proper way. I'm not sure how many politicians they use social media. I'm not sure how many the stakeholders they use social media to get connected with the youngsters, the people. But I believe this is important, and that is why I've been using it and trying to become, very active on it and catching the trends, making reels, going live, Q&A sessions. And I'm actually starting a new thing, and this will be the first time I will discuss. In the National Assembly, we have the question hour. The first hour is question hour.
Yeah.
So we have two types of questions. The start questions, which you can ask orally on the floor of the House. And then we have the unstart questions, which you ask, submit it, and then you will have a written answer. So what I'm doing is going on my social media, trying to let people know that they should give me questions they believe that are genuine, they believe that should be asked on the floor of the House, so that at least a small spirit of transparency and check and balance should be there between the public and the parliament. So this is the one thing, and I hope that all these youngsters, they should give me questions so that I can submit, no matter how many, so that at least they ask for their right. So this will be the first time, and without social media you could not have done it, right? So we should use it properly. And I don't have a social media team. I use my social media myself. Many people approach me there, and I reply to the messages, try to address their problems, and that's it. Yeah, I think it gives a good connectivity between me, the youngsters, the people. Yeah.
And when we're talking about younger people, I mean, the party chairman Bilawal, what sort of relationship are you having with him? What sort of learnings are you taking from his journey? Because he's also started off very, very young.
Yeah.
क्या है वो चीज़ें that you're picking up from his journey?
Bilawal Saab and I have a very good relationship. The relationship, I think it's more of a bond of respect. The first time I met him, it was 2019, I believe. And when I went to him, he told me that आप भी दहशतगर्दी के विक्टिम हो और मैं भी दहशतगर्दी का विक्टिम हूँ. आपके वालिद शहीद हुए, मेरी वालदा शहीद हुई, तो you are my brother. So, and when he was saying these things, his eyes were literally watered, and I felt a connection with him. And that is why I believe that he should lead the youngsters. I've learned a lot of things from him, especially when it comes to defending the principles, talking, being very, straightforward, but not offending other people. And the politics of survival, because he has been struggling. He has struggled a lot. He's seen so many things in life at such a young age, and in order to come to the mainstream politics of Pakistan in just a few years, it takes a lot of guts, it takes a lot of confidence, and it takes a lot of sacrifice. People right now, because it's just like an iceberg, people see the top of the iceberg, but they don't see the underneath the water, what is happening. And we can feel each other. We can know that what we struggle. And I think he will be a very good leader for the country, for the people. And there's so many things we can learn from him. Yeah.
Jamal, do you have any regrets?
Of course. I think I do. When we live life, we should be when we make things or expect things to happen and they don't happen the way we want them to happen, of course we regret them. But then I believe that you should take every shot, and I think that I'm kind of a person that takes all the shots and not regret taking them, So of course there will always be regrets.
And when you look back at your journey, what's something that you're the most proud of?
I think the most thing that I would be proud of is that how strong I've been. People tried to break me, people tried to bully me, people tried to derail me. I was told to go back to my country. I was told that I'm not a Pakistani. I was told I'm not a Baloch. But then again, those things did not affect me. And right now it's social media, so many comments. When I post a picture, there will be 20 people who would appreciate, and there will be hundreds who would, criticize, abuse. And I'm proud that I'm very strong, facing them like a wall and not backing off, because I think it's important to face your challenges rather running from them. And if I wanted the easy way, I would just, leave everything, even though, of course, we struggle every time. Life is the meaning of struggle. But I'm proud that I'm very strong and very, resilient to these things.
And where does Jamal see himself in the next 5 to 10 years?
And then again, when you expect things and then they don't happen, you regret. But I see myself as someone who has a very strong connection with the people, a connecting bond with the people in the next 5 years. And I believe that someone who actually delivers to the grassroots people, because I'm not in politics for the position, but rather the role that I should be playing. And I have a lot of plans for the future, but I think it's too early to talk about them yet. But I hope that I can make a place in the people's heart for myself.
And Jamal, what do you think the future of the country, Pakistan, looks like?
It depends. It depends because I've always said that the youth should be the leaders. They are the driving force of this nation. And if the youth is derailed, if the youth they do not have interest in developing their own country, changing the system, I think unfortunately Pakistan will go backwards. But if the youth wake up, they take things in their hands, they control the system, be in the system, try to change the system, because we are always part of the system. Even though we're sitting, you and me are the part of the system, and we should be changing them positively, morally, behave, have civic like development in the country. And I think that would be very important in order for Pakistan to progress.
On that beautiful note, Jamal, thank you so much for being here at Pakistan Observer and taking out the time to talk to me.
Thank you so much. It has always been a pleasure. Thank you.
Thank you.